Hi, this is Dave Ford, President and Founder of the Atlantic Gold and Silver Centre. It's Thursday the 10th of May 2018 and today we're going to have a look at what has government done to our money. What has government done to our money? Some of you will realise this is the title of a small book by Murray Rothbard, one of the greatest and clearest thinking economists in the last 100 years. Now, I've read a few of his books, I've listened to some of his lectures, and I can tell you they really will change the way you think about money and economics. So this short video I'm doing now is partly instructional, it's partly a book review for the book, and it's partly a teaser to make you come in and buy the book as well, because we stock them and we think they're great. So let's dive straight in. The first page of the book starts like this. Few economic subjects are more tangled, more confused than money. Wrangles abound over tight money versus easy money, over the roles of the Federal Reserve System and the Treasury, over various versions of the gold standard, etc. Should the government pump money into the economy or siphon it out? Which branch of the government? Should it engage credit or restrain it? Should it return to the gold standard? If so, at what rate? These and countless other questions multiply, seemingly without end. He's right, there are as many ideas as there are economists. The danger of this, and many of us, including myself, we get a lot of our information online. We read articles here, we read articles there. And the problem with that is that we get fragments of ideas, we get parts of the whole story, we get incomplete arguments, short tweets and catchy phrases, and many of us never think ideas through properly, right from the beginning, first principles, right to the end. And as such, our online generation is poorly grounded and we have limited understanding of some of the real issues. Now, I've seen it here in our stores. We have people come in when silver prices were rising. They came with very little knowledge. They bought some silver. 6 months later, they're bored, waiting to become rich, and they came in and sold it with no real understanding of why they even bought it in the first place, except they maybe read a few articles online. Now, the antidote to this superficiality is to get back to basics and pick up an excellent book on the subject. So that's why I come back to Rothbard. The book is an easy read. It's only about 100 pages. You could read most of it on a flight, take it to a cottage for a weekend, or read it on the beach. So let me give you another taster from the introduction. Many people, many economists, usually devoted to the free market, stop short at money. Money, they insist, is different. It must be supplied by the government and regulated by the government. They never think of state control of money as interference in the free market. A free market in money is unthinkable to them. Governments must mint coins, issue paper, define legal tender, create central banks, pump money in and out, stabilize the price level, etc. Have you ever thought about that? Why does the government control the money? Is private money possible, and what would it look like? Maybe it would look like gold or silver, or maybe Bitcoin. None of these are produced or controlled by the government, but can all function as money. Let me give you a few more topics that are covered in the book. First, he starts out with very simple transactions and their barter. This leads on to the idea of indirect exchange and the benefits of money as opposed to using direct goods for transactions. Then he looks at what are the ideal quantities of money, to support indirect exchange. What about coexisting money? Can you have a gold and silver standard at the same time? Can they function in the same economy? In the second section, Rothbard covers government meddling with money, inflation, the monopoly power of the mint, having exclusive rights to produce money, debasement of the currency, central banking, and fiat money. These are the evils which indirectly give governments practically unlimited power to steal from the population without realizing it. How well do you actually understand these issues? In the final section, he looks at the history of the monetary breakdown in the West, and it's playing out right before our eyes. In the past, we had the gold exchange standard, we had the Bretton Woods Agreement, we had the failure of the Bretton Woods Agreement, we have a Smithsonian Agreement, and eventually we ended up with free-floating fiat currencies. And as you read through Rothbard's short book, it's impossible to read through the pages without shaking your head in despair at the desperate ends that governments will go to just to keep control. All in all, this is a fantastic book. We get it in bulk at a discount direct from the Mises Institute in the US, so it's a very reasonable price. So if you're tired of just surfing the web and picking up tidbits of information here and there, why not get this book and dive a little deeper to gain a fuller understanding of the economic times we live in and how best to prepare for the future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in a few weeks.